Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom. Okay, so I want to get into a lesson starting off in Psalms, the 147th chapter and the 19th verse. So Lord willing, this is the edifying lesson to the elect. So I'll go ahead and I'll get straight into it. This is Psalms chapter 147 and verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. That's right. So we understand that the laws, statutes, commandments were given unto the nation of Israel. Okay, continuing on. This is Psalms chapter 147 and verse 20. He had not dealt so with any nation. That's right. So we understand that the laws, statutes, commandments weren't given unto the other nations. Okay, they were only given unto the nation of Israel. Okay, continuing on. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. That's right, because we understand that the laws, statutes, commandments were only given unto the nation of Israel. Okay, so we know that the Lord isn't dealing with these other nations. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get what else I had. I'll get this in Amos, the 3rd chapter, and I'll start at the first verse. This is Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. That's right. Out of all the families of the earth, out of all these nations, the Lord only knows the nation of Israel. Okay, the Lord is only dealing with the nation of Israel. Okay, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, continuing on. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. That's right. It says, therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. That's why we get punished for all our iniquities, because we understand that we're the only nation that were given the laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay, we're the only nation that the Lord is dealing with. Okay, you see, I just brought it out in Psalms chapter 147, verse 19 and verse 20. Okay, that's why we get punished for our iniquities. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get what else I had. Let me go to Jeremiah, the 49th chapter. Okay, and I'll start at the 12th verse. Okay, this is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. That's right. And whose judgment wasn't to drink of the cup? That's speaking about our people, man. Okay, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, we understand that our judgment wasn't to drink of the cup. But why is it that we had to drink of the cup? Because we went off. Okay, we broke the covenant of the Heavenly Father. Okay, so that's why you see that these curses came upon our people. Okay, that's why you see that our enemies are currently ruling over us. That's why we're in the position that we're in. Okay, because we broke the covenant of the Heavenly Father. Okay, you see, I just brought it out. We're the only nation that were given the laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay, so we understand that we went off as a nation. So we had to drink of the cup. Okay, so I read this from the top again. This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And we understand that our judgment wasn't to drink of the cup, but we had to drink it because we went off. Okay, continuing on. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? So will Esau Edom go unpunished? Okay, I'll continue on. Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. That's right. So we understand that you Edomites won't go unpunished. Okay, we understand that you will have to drink of the cup, and we know that y'all will receive double, man. Okay, we're the Lord's chosen people, and we had to drink of the cup. So how much more for a nation that the Lord hates? Okay, we understand that y'all will surely drink of the cup. Okay, and we know that y'all will receive double. Okay, we understand that Esau, Edom, will be removed from rulership. Okay, and we understand that they're going to go head first into captivity. Okay, starting with the elites of Esau, Edom, that's going to be holding out in other parts of the earth. Okay, we know that they're going to go into captivity, and we know that after they serve their time in captivity, we know that the whole house of Esau will be rounded up and they're going to be burnt off the face of the earth, okay, pursuant to Obadiah verse 18, okay? So we understand that it's prophecy, okay? It's no way of you being able to escape it, man, okay? And we know that these other nations will go into captivity alongside with Esau, Edom, but the difference is that they'll be able to go back to their own land after they serve their time in captivity, okay? So I'll continue on. This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 13. For I have sworn by myself, said the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. That's right. So we understand that this place, America, which is Babylon the Great, will be completely destroyed, okay, during World War III, the third woe. We know this place will be laid completely desolate, man, okay? We know that it'll be 200 million warheads that will hit America, which is Babylon the Great, during World War III, the third woe, as well as the concentrated fire that will come from the chariots, okay? So we understand that great destruction will come to America, which is Babylon the Great, and we know that we'll never inhabit this land ever again after this place is destroyed. So I'll go ahead and get what else I had. I'll get this in Isaiah, the 13th chapter, okay? And I'll start at verse 19, okay? This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 19. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, and America, which is Babylon the Great, took on the ancient philosophies of the Babylonians and the Canaanites, okay, continuing on, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, okay? And what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? Fire and brimstone was rained down from heaven, and we know that Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. So what's going to happen to America, which is Babylon the Great, during these times? We know that it's going to be 200 million warheads that's going to hit this place, as well as the concentrated fire that's going to come from the chariots, okay, to destroy America, which is Babylon the Great. Okay, continuing on. This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 20. It shall never be inhabited. That's right. After America, which is Babylon the Great, is destroyed, this place won't be inhabited ever again. Okay, continuing on. Neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. That's right, because we understand that no people will be over here dwelling in America, which is Babylon the Great, after this place is destroyed. Okay, continuing on. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there. That's right. So we understand that it won't be any businesses over here in America, which is Babylon the Great, after it's destroyed. Okay, continuing on. Neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. That's right. It says, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. And we know that it's a lot of cattle that's in the Bible Belt region. But we understand that it will be no people in America, which is Babylon the Great, after this place is destroyed, man. Okay? And we're constantly warning our people of the things to come. Okay? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites, whether you hear or forbear. All right? We're constantly warning our people. But we know before this place, America, which is Babylon the Great, is destroyed, the CHIP, which is the MOTB, has to be made mandatory, okay? And it will be made mandatory. You won't be able to buy or sell without taking that CHIP, which is the MOTB. But if you take it, you will be destroyed, okay? You won't be able to say that you didn't know, that you didn't hear. We understand that this word is out, okay? So like I just mentioned, we know that America, which is Babylon the Great, will be destroyed during World War III, the third woe. It'll be concentrated fire that will come from the chariots to destroy this place, as well as the 200 million warheads that will hit America, which is Babylon the Great, okay? But we know that the elect will be delivered, okay? We understand that the elect will be beamed up unto the chariot, and they'll be able to see the nuclear destruction of America, which is Babylon the Great, from the chariot, okay? So with that said, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson to the elect, and I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.